Hello, hello, hello. It's Max here for another match day, but this time we got a real special twist. It's the World Simulation Football Classic Friendly Day 1, Part 1. Get hyped. Get hyped. We got some. I don't typically do friendlies. I don't think many commentators typically do friendlies because it's just so friendly, right? But in the spirit of I'm insanely excited for the World Cup. I thought why not? But here's Oceania versus South America. Let's see if I can be unbiased. A nice five-back formation from South America compared to the four-back I think we just saw from Oceania. Gotta pronounce the Ania, you know? Ooh, of course. I mean, we got some big names here, right? In the defense, especially for Oceania. Um, you got Halish, Kawasaki, Magul, who right after a rookie season is looking real good. And they have a pretty good goalkeeper in the back. You got Stroh here, fantastic for Magyar, if I'm not mistaken. Greg Evil as well. Kawasaki on the ball now. Yeah, I was right. Oceania is running a four back. Yeah, Calvin Ball at the in between the sticks is always a good thing. Cander's the second, not the most reliable goalkeeper in the back six, but when you get dropped down into the IA draft, you got to take what you can get. Santi Vieira setting the tone already for this game. 30 minutes in. Very, very few. Are we doing key highlights? I was not paying attention. But here's Ramos. Ramos on the ball. To Fococo. Fococo passes to Neymarinho. Gets it out to the Silva. To Silva on the left. On the right. Finds Fococo. Fococo with the shot. And Ball with a fantastic save. Puts it out for a corner. Salazar trying to keep up the pressure for South America. South America striking first. Kirkpatrick tries to head it down. It's back to Salazar. Salazar going to find Kirkpatrick. To Fococo. Back to Xavier. To Francis. Francis the shot and clatters out for Greg Evil, but Xavier collects. Xavier to Kirkpatrick, and we got another moment. Salazar into the air. Salazar to Ramos. Ramos in the box. But Stausch is there to cut up the ball, but Francis is going to win a header for Coco. Gets the ball from the header. Ramos cuts in. Stausch clears, but it's only out to the Silva. The Silva on the right has a shot, but it clatters off of James. South America, I guess, is known to be a very aggressive team. You like to see them clouding balls off of players, setting the tone right for Oceania, but they're not going to be phased. If it's not a goal, it don't matter. Kawasaki to James, to McManus, McManus to Stroh to Nelson, Nelson to McManus, McManus, a great ball, Greg Evil, got a step past Xavier, but Xavier's able to collect. Nelson has a great step, and there it is. There's the first. Greg Nelson past Candace the second. He doesn't do too much. Greg Evil gets a step past Francis. Xavier able to just walk back, but Nelson just finds a hole, and Canders doesn't do too much about that one. I mean, huge props to Nelson coming from the back line. I think Volante just as a role when you put a player there, if they can find the holes, they're gonna score. And that's what you need from a Volante, and they're able to do that. But here's Neymarinho on the corner, trying to find Xavier. Can't find it. Magul heads it away. Then Mourinho coming back to collect. Brings it back towards the halfway line to Salazar. Back to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick to Xavier. Xavier finds a pass to the Silva. The Silva space on the right. The Silva with the shot. And Ball makes a fantastic save. Ball keeping South America off the score line. Salazar. And it's headed away for another corner. Yep. It's basically half. This is going to be the last chance for South America to put one on the board. And there it is, halftime. I mean, we're looking at the XG. Oceania had that good shot. Nelson finding a space, and Canders unable to keep it out of the back of the net. Calvin Ball facing two really good shots least in my opinion personally, and keeping both out. They were kind of straight at him, but you know, is a goalkeeper ever going to complain about that? I highly doubt it. If you find a goalkeeper that does, tell them to call me, and I'll tell them, when life gives you lemons, you got to make lemonade. But when life gives you peaches, you got to eat them because peaches are sweet. Unless you're allergic. I know that allergies to peaches are a real thing. There's a movie about an allergy to a peach. Parasite. I don't know if you guys remember. Fantastic movie. There's apparently a new Korean movie that's like supposed to be um, based off of that. It has nothing to do with the SSI. I want to make that very clear. But went with my analogy, if you feel. Uh, yeah. I mean, looking at the friendlies today, just a quick comment. I think USA versus Benelux is probably going to be the match of today's friendlies. Part one has to be. Asia versus Norden Union might also be very interesting, but I think Oceania versus South America and then USA versus Benelux are the two that, very tightly contested between the two on terms of TPE, or sorry, just playability in general. Um, so, all in all, I personally think that these are the two games that I'm most looking forward to. Central America, you've seen weirder upsets happen, and I think that they're probably the biggest underdog, without a doubt, coming into this World Simulation Football Classic. And Mourinho trying to get on ahead, but it's headed away. But Coco, it's not going to go. It's out for a corner. South America's, I think, fourth corner of the match. Salazar on the corner, trying to find anyone. You got Kirkpatrick, Xavier, De Silva. Find Xavier to Coco. Back to Salazar. Salazar might be off. Yep. With I tend to complain about the referees, right? Mid to the air, heads it down to the Mourinho to Salazar. Salazar finds Ramos. Ramos is going to take it out to the left. Ramos going to try to find Mourinho. Can't. Mourinho plays it out to the right. Mourinho getting taken off the ball to Kawasaki, but quickly simple shot, and it just sizzles over. A prayer and a wish. They weren't answered for De Silva. Coming into the 55th minute. Stroh gets a touch past Luis. Stroh trying to find James. Can't. Xavier to De Silva. South America trying to put on the pressure. De Silva going to take it all the way up. De Silva with the shot. And Ball keeps it out. Calvin Ball doing the most. Hey, Mourinho. I mean, when a goalkeeper's on their day, You can't say anything about that. Calvin Ball deservedly with a 7.5 for right now. Honestly, in my opinion, man of the match so far. Of course, Ben Nelson with the goal, but gotta give props where props are due. McManus trying to get past Luis. Luis gets there first. Canders, a short free kick, but Ramos gets it to there first for Coco. To De Silva, out on the right. De Silva has so much space. The space has been open for quite a while this game. De Silva gets cut down, and it's a penalty. The referee is going to call it. Is there VAR here? And Nelson gets carded with a yellow. Mourinho is going to stand over the penalty to tie it up, but Calvin Ball's having a fantastic game. If there's any time to make a save, it's today for Calvin Ball. But he dives the wrong way, and Mourinho ties up this match 1-1. Santos Mourinho opening the score for South America. Salazar, back to Lee Jr., like Kirkpatrick. It's all equal now. De Silva, Coco. Sorry, De Silva taking it up, trying to find Coco. Does not. Mourinho with the shot, but it's blocked by Eilish. Leaky Eilish does fantastic to keep it out. Salazar now in the corner. Trying to find anyone, can't. Ramos tries to head it back, but gets the header all wrong. When it happens, it happens. Francis here, trying to find someone in the middle. Can they? It's headed away, but Mitadier takes it down. Back to Francis. Francis gonna maybe put it back into. Decides to take it all themselves. Francis with the shot for Calvin Ball. Easily holds it. South America trying to find a winner, but any chance for Oceania might just steal them back the lead. Hoppity. Oceania playing it out from the back, slowly but surely trying to find the gaps. Kawasaki to Nelson. Nelson gonna have some space, but back to Kawasaki playing it safe. Kawasaki back to Ailish. Ailish, who's been defending fantastically so far, to Lee. Lee back to Ailish. Some safe stuff from Oceania, trying to find the space. Up top, Kawasaki to Magul. Magul has space. Magul's going to take it up the pitch. Magul with a fantastic run, but he's going to play back safe. Back to Kawasaki. With Kawasaki, he's going to bring up the back line to Stroh. Stroh finds McManus with a lane, and McManus has a shot, but it's just wide. That's going to be a goal kick for South America. South America, they're going to be able to take a deep breath there. It was looking dangerous. A fantastic team play from Oceania. And as we head into the 90th minute, will we have any other opportunities? It's headed away by Oceania to Evil. Greg Evil going to take it up the pitch, trying to find a teammate. He's going to try to do it all himself. Plays it back to Hoppity. Hoppity. Does Oceania have a winner here? To Ailish. Ailish to Nelson. Back to Kawasaki. Kawasaki to Ailish. Ailish taking their time. Does Oceania just want the draw? It seems like it. 10 seconds left. It's going to have to be a real disaster class from Oceania to give away the ball here. Here's Ailish. Is the referee going to call it? Yes, they do. And this is going to end all square. 1-1. South America unable to break past that absolute wall of a man, Calvin Ball. I think Oceania actually only had one shot on target, which I guess, all things considered, very good for the South American defense, but just the attack unable to really click together. But not to take Mourinho's penalty kick. When you get the chance, you got to score, and he was able to do it. And next up, we got Norden Union versus Asia. I don't know if it's just me, but aren't the graphics always like top down in terms of games? Who knows? Doesn't even matter. The answer is no. The answer is no. It does not matter. It was a pretty good. I mean, getting it started off with a World Simulation Football Classic in terms of friendlies. I don't think that was a bad game whatsoever. Had some good moments, but here's Asia versus Norden. Norden with the back four. Petter Lind, Elkom Gunnarsson, Stig Stamp, Skavgard. You have quite a fantastic defensive line there. And then you have Chris Warwick, Emerson, Wang Ji Hao, Hyung Min. Some fantastic wingers for Asia. You got Norlax in there too. Aoi, Ashida. I mean, this Asian team is one to behold. I think. I mean, they got stars all around. Let's be honest. Mizukana, fantastic. Kilganon, fantastic. Hashimoto, fantastic. I like 2%, fantastic. I mean, can you ask for anything more? Steak Stamp. Norden is going to have to do quite a bit. Bunsen taking up the pitch. You know how quick she is. To Hashimoto. Hashimoto. Out on the left. Hashimoto. Gonna take it all himself. Hashimoto with the shot. It's getting bounced around, and it's finally cleared away by Norden from the last dish with London. Did anyone see how fast Bunsen was running? That was ridiculous. I mean, you put a motor on a bicycle. That's exactly what was happening. The bicycle is already fast enough, but you put the motor on it, becomes a motorcycle. Young man. Hashimoto heads it down, back into the Youngman with the shot, and it's just saved by Rivest. A fantastic save by Rivest. At like 2% now. Trying to find an Asian friend in the middle. It's headed away. Aoi. Rivest tries to punch it away, but I don't think it comes off too cleanly. At like 2% now. Ahmed heads it away. And Norden's going to get to breathe for maybe more than a second. I lied so hard. Hashimoto to Kilganon. To Bunsen. To Wang Jihao with the shot. And it just hits off the top of the crossbar. Norden's going to have to take a deep breath there. Mizukana heads it back. But Ahmed wins the header the second time. Häkkinen to Sjöman. Sjöman gets the ball off of them by Bunsen to Warwick to add like 2%. Emerson on the right. Plays it back to Alex 2% to Bunsen. Bunsen in the midfield to Wang Jihao. Wang gonna take it down the right. You know how clinical they are. Wang Jihao trying to find someone. Bunsen. Bunsen to Emerson with a shot. And it bounces off that from Gunnarsson and is out for an Asian corner. Asia corner. I don't know why I keep on saying Asian. I mean, like, it's not crazy, but you say like an Asian corner, like, is that different from another kind of corner? Is a South American corner different from an Asian corner? I don't want to get too blurred on those lines, so uh, it's an Asia corner, a Team Asia corner. There we go. Oh wait, to Wang Jihao, to Hyungmin, to Hashimoto, Hashimoto on the left. Can't find anyone in the middle. It's headed back, but Alex 2% with the header on the vest, diving, but doesn't actually have to make a save there. I mean, this was fantastic stuff by Asia. What a team. Skarsgård. Almost taken off the ball by Chris Warwick, but it's still blocked by Bunsen now to Emerson. Emerson plays it down towards the byline. But Skarsgård just barely clears it, stick stamp, trying to get something started for Norden. Norden just can't breathe whatsoever. It's like getting pressed between one of those juice pressers. No, what is the hydraulic presses? Yep. The hydraulic press is Asia. Norden right now is a strong metal box, but metal can be squished. Metal can also be squished into a sword, technically. Work. Trying to pass Lin. Doesn't. Lin with a fantastic block. Plays it out for another Team Asia corner. Koganon. Ruben trying to clear the way for Norden, but it's only out to Hashimoto to Aoi. Aoi finds Bunsen in the middle. Bunsen, are they going to have a shot? To Emerson with a shot, but Revest makes a fantastic save. Revest has some qualities of Calvin Ball, some might say. Maybe it's the other way around. Who knows? Hashimoto trying to find anyone in the middle. Gunnarsson heads it away, but only out to Misukana. Misukana unable to control the ball. And it's out for Norden goal kick. Revest playing it long, trying to find a breather. Finds Varnson. Varnson finds Ruben. Bengt Ruben on the right. Bengt Ruben's gonna have a shot. They do, and it's just barely blocked by Snorlax. Bengt Ruben with the golden opportunity for Norden. Can't put them on the score sheet. Trying to find Lind. Barely can. Bengt. And it's cleared away by Aoi. I mean, oh my word, that would have been a fantastic goal. But here's Hakkinen. Skarsgård. Norden finding some courage. Skarsgård on the right, trying to find anyone. Can they find Bengt Ruben? It's headed back. Horse with a header, and it's headed way over. Came down. Norden finally finding some space to make a charge. Had two fantastic chances there. I mean, Bengt Ruben quite literally just had to like get it past Snorlax, but Snorlax, I mean, when you take up half the goal, it's going to be hard to shoot with the other half, especially when the half of the goal is right in front of you. And it looks like they take up the full goal. Yes, yes. The logic checks out there. And there we go, halftime 0-0. Norden and Asia both have not scored today. I mean, this is for sure a way better game than the South America versus Oceania, just in terms of chances and stuff like that. But just not the goalkeepers today have been on point. I mean, Canders, I think, only had to face one shot. Quite literally could not save the one shot that they faced, but that's neither here nor there, of course. Snorlax came up big, once, and then I think it was Varnson that couldn't keep down the header. I mean, how wild would it be, right, if we had I mean, if you really think about it, Morocco had a lot of key pieces coming to that 2022 World Cup. Maybe not the same comparison in Central America, but I'd say Costa Rica 2014. For those who remember, those who remember. No. For those who remember, remember. Something like that. Maybe could be a Central America kind of thing here. I mean, they got a tough group. I can't remember who's in the group. But we have resources for a reason. Just can I find the resources? That's the question. It's going to have to wait. Mason comes on. Oh, really, Tom? Mason's on this team? Salaka. Norden has some fantastic super subs. Takahashi. I mean, Asia doesn't have it. Asia has some pretty good ones too. Takahashi. Trying to find a way. Can't. Takahashi heads it down to Hashimoto. Hashimoto on the left. Back to Ruben. Trying to face up against Hashimoto. Hashimoto is going to pass it back to Kogan. Back to Hashimoto. Hashimoto going to take it towards the middle to Panda. Panda to Emerson. Emerson with the shot. And it's just over. Emerson trying to find that wonder goal. It's not their first of the match, but shooter's got to shoot, you feel? Hashimoto to Takahashi. Back to Hashimoto. Trying to find Chris Work in the middle. Does, but it's just over. And the scoreline still stays locked at 0-0. Wow. I mean, interesting subs from Norden. Tom Mason, typically a DM, but this time making their way into the attacking mid. Oh, Tom has scored quite a few games this season. You see, Tom and I first name basis because I am probably butchering their last name. Kilganon. Trying to play past Beck Ruben, but Beck Ruben wins out. Skavgard. To Mason. Can't find Sanji. Kilganon able to pick it back up. Kilganon's huge. Panda. To Emerson. Emerson out wide at like 2%. Back to Emerson. Emerson has space. Needs to play past Gunnarsson does. And Takahashi gets the opening goal for Asia. Takahashi just slamming that home. Making no mistake this time. Playing with fire when you hit it like that. But if you get it right, it looks oh so sweet. Cool. Rocky from Takahashi. Super sub. Some of Team Asia might say. I'd say just I mean, you gotta earn the name of super sub. Like let's all be honest. Skavgard to Ben Ruben. Ben Ruben gonna have a shot, and it's a free kick because Ben Ruben was offsides. Takechi. To Kilganon. Did they sub on Takechi for Snorlax? At like 2%. Down the right. Trying to make it past Salaka. At 2%. Finds out. Oh, it's Hashimoto. Hashimoto getting the ball taken off of him. Sanji. Finds Mason. Mason doesn't have too much space. Works there to cut it out. And Norden gets their counterattack snuffed out. Skavgard to Mason. Back to Skavgard. To Lind. To Ahmed. Ahmed. Playing it up. Finds Salaka. But Emerson plays it back to Nizukana. Emerson. Salaka. Playing it all the way back. Are they going to try to find Stig? They do. Stig Stamp. Playing it down the left. Finds Ahmed. Ahmed to Salaka. Salaka. A poor pass, and Takahashi cuts that out. Takahashi trying to get it. An Asian counterattack. Started up. Panda. Panda needs to find one of three. Decides to take a pause. At like 2% to Oe. Oe with the shot. And it's off the post and cleared away by Gunnarsson. Salaka trying to start off the Norden counterattack by Oe. Tracks back. And is able to stop that counter. Gunnarsson. Norden, not down and out. Could find an equalizer. There's still time for 2 goals more. There's time for like 3 or 4, if we're really being honest. Takahashi. To Emerson. To Wang. Wang Jihao with an outside the boot shot, but with vest collects. Jihao trying to do something saucy. Mizukana. To Ward. To Wang. Wang with the shot and reverse once again. Is able to catch the ball. Gunnarsson. Trying to find someone. Can't. Finds the opposing team's goalkeeper, Takechi. That's a wild substitution, I'm not gonna lie, but you gotta let the players play. Who, I can't remember the players' names, but the Netherlands did that in 2014 and it worked out fine for them. I like 2%. Finds Ward. Ward with the shot, and it's just wide. Chris Ward able to find themselves on the score sheet there with a golden opportunity. Here's Skogard, Dina Skogard, trying to find an equalizer for Norden. Ahmed, Nikolai, out to Stamp. Stamp to Salaka, back to Ahmed. Finds back to Ruben, and it's off the post and back into Takeshi's hands. At like 2% now. Nikolai Ahmed clears it away. Panda. At like 2% in the box. Back to Panda. Takahashi with the shot and it's blocked by Skogard. But only out to Panda. Kaoi. Oi. Back to Takahashi. To Panda. And Skogard finally clears it to Bengt Ruben. And Bengt Ruben is going to push it a little bit farther, but Asia's able to pick it up. Revest to Lind. Back to Gunnarsson. To Revest. Norden still trying to find an equalizer. Bengt Ruben is able to latch onto a pretty nice cross, but a poor pass, unable to find Maidson. Koganon. Kaoi. To Panda. To Koganon. To Panda. To Hashimoto. At like 2%. Jihao. And it's just wide. Asia could easily be several goals up, but they keep Norden in it. Here's Dina. Lind. I mean, from a tactical perspective, I think that what as the genius that I am, with the two different, I mean, Dina as a wingback is a fantastic wingback. Of course, you're facing a pretty good team like Asia, but you got to try to score a goal, right? Takahashi. And Maidson at AM is a interesting choice, but hey, I'm not a manager for a reason. Bengt Ruben out on the right, trying to find a teammate, finds Dina. Dina playing this kind of wingback position to Bengt Ruben. Bengt Ruben is gonna have a shot and it's blocked away, but Stig is able to keep the opportunity. Ahmed with a shot and it's way over. Gets it all wrong there, but here's Kelgan on. Asia trying to snuff out any chance that Norden has to find an equalizer. Here's Ukana at like 2%. Are they gonna play it out? There's a high opportunity that they do. Takechi to Kilganon. Kilganon's gonna take it up. Aoi finds Takahashi. Takahashi is gonna play a great ball to Chris Ward. Chris Ward's gonna have a shot, but it's blocked by Gunnarsson at the last moment. What a ball by Takahashi. All right. They get the super sub name. Takahashi, automatically super sub. Panda. Gonna find Kilganon. One last corner for Asia. They want their second goal. Want to make their mark on the friendlies. And it's headed away by Norden. There it is, full time. Asia 1, Norden 0. When you have a 4 XG and you only score one goal, I mean, it's time to start asking questions, is it not? But on a positive note, like they still won. They were fantastic defensively, besides like maybe one or two moments that really Norden could have capitalized on. But I mean, maybe when you're facing a bigger team like Benelux, uh, those chances might hurt. But one more time, A, it's a friendly. B, this is the first chance that we get at really looking at these teams. There's gonna be a lot of workshopping, especially given the fact that like now there's not a lot of data on these teams because they change every single year, of course, with every single new football classic that we get. So just like all in all, like we have to, I guess, understand that friendlies are important, getting a feel, but at the same time, that's all it is, just a feel. Maldonado, Terrell, able to get it off. Tepotli, Santori, Achuthu. I've never heard of Achuthu, but here we go. Adamu, West Africa, trying to open up the score sheet against the underdogs. Aguilera cuts it out. Aguilera kicking her along, trying to find someone in the middle. Finds Grimace, but that's not on the same team. Urkel. Urkel on the right. The Reykjavik man. Embuemo. To Paya. Paya. To Embuemo. Embuemo with the shot. But Aguilera makes a fantastic save. Paya now in the corner for West Africa. West Africa starting off the match strong. Banana heads it over. Zaza, Banana, unable to keep their header down. Aguilera, Central America, and the Caribbean trying to get it started. I mean, if you make it into a do with the header and it's way over, unfortunately for Adu. If you acronymize Central American group, Terrell. If you said okay, if you acronymize the Central American Caribbean, can you make CACA or is it CAC? I mean, one's funnier than the other, but I mean, it would be CAC, right? Clash and Clans. Mm, mm. You see, what's it called? I don't know. Like when you put like a name to a word. Harrell. I don't know what it's called. Grimace on the left, trying to beat Harrell, but Becky Rowan is able to put out a foot and stop this shot. I mean, Grimace is deadly on the wing. Love to see them keep on going every single season. Nothing to do with the fact that they play for SAV. Paya cutting inside. Paya with a shot, and it's blocked. And Tipotsi is finally able to clear it, but only after Bassett. Grimace to Dia. Timbuema finds Paya. Paya gets taken off the Bobby Maldonado. Maldonado gonna clear, but Bassett only clears it to Grimace. Timbuema. Urkel back to Bassett. I mean, one mistake from West Africa here could really change the game. Dia. Ali Dia out left to Grimace. Grimace on the left. Trying to find someone in the middle. Herrera is able to kind of block the cross. Urkel with the shot, but it's over. Just slightly. That Huron is this Central American Caribbean's chance. Gang to Santori. Trying to find and Jonathan Munoz is able to find the opener for Central American Caribbean. I mean, we all knew they were in the underground, but this is a great way to start off the match. I mean, this is exactly what Norden had to do when they had their opportunity. But Jonathan Munoz, after a little bit in the middle, is able to find the opener. Central America once again trying to get started, but LED is able to head it away. They do. Okay. Terrell to Paya. Paya out on the right. Paya taking him up the pitch. Trying to find anyone in the middle. Urkel. Embuemo. Embuemo with the shot. And Aguilera with big hands is able to parry it away. Adamu. Dia kicks it right back to Adamu. But Adamu's offside. That was hilarious. I mean, what that was like real ballet-esque. To Potsy. To Agachu. To Diaz. Diaz back to the Huron. The Huron gonna take it off the pitch. The Huron doing it all himself. Needs to find someone in the middle. The Huron to Potsy. But it's blocked. And Terrell is gonna take it out to West Africa. It's West Africa now have a counter. Maldonado cuts out a weak pass from Terrell. And just like that, Central America has had like the better chances this game. Dang, the Huron, putting the team on his back to Maldonado. Urkel's able to get the ball off of Maldonado to Bassett. Bassett tries to find Grimace, but Runs there first. My word, what a player. Santori, and Adamu takes him down. That's a penalty. Wait, what? And it's the second yellow for Mamu Adamu. Wait. I'm so sorry. What is going on? is actually going on? Jonathan Munoz to put Central America and Caribbean up. That's not a penalty. That's like way out of the box. And they slot it home. Jonathan Munoz with their second of the match. All right, all right, all right. Okay, sure, sure. Okay. Can the referee put on some glasses? I beg. Like nothing against the players. Like you gotta play the game. This is just how it goes. But what was that? And Buema, West Africa in a ditch and a half. Terrell can't get the ball taken off of them by Gang. Is able to play it to Grimace to Dia. Ali Dia with some fire. But Herrera was able to make it last. Urkel with the shot and way over. When he thought that, oh, it was a corner. I apologize. When he thought that West Africa was a lot of it, Central America and Caribbean barely able to clear the ball. They were able to fight back. Herrera able to head it down. But Diaz able to pick it up for West Africa. Then Buema and Buema with the shot. And Aguilera with another save. I'm going to get tired of saying that, that's for sure. Haya for West Africa. And Gang is able to clear it. Gang. I can't pronounce that name. Well, we're at halftime. Central American, Caribbean 2, West Africa 0. I think it took me like a second to process the fact that we were at halftime. I apologize for that silence, but Jonathan Munoz doing what they got to do, scoring two, goals, one off a penalty, another one off of a tap in. But when the opportunity presents themselves, like itself, like, am I gonna blame a man or just like anyone in general? Like when you got the chance, you got to take the chance. You saw what happened when Ben Caribbean did not take the chance. They lost the game. This time, Central American Caribbean have two chances. They had three really, if we're being honest. Had three chances, able to take two of them. You got a 66% conversion rate right there. Can you ask for anything else? The answer is probably not. I don't believe in complacency, right? But when things are easy, you gotta appreciate the easy, right? Because when things get hard, you're like, yeah, I wish it was back in the easy. But you still gotta work through the hard. Banana, Urkel, on the right. Trying to play Bas Diaz. Urkel. Knows where they're able to clear, but only to Urkel. Padilla. Tinker was a shot and it's blocked by Dicky Run. Can we give this guy a statue? My word. Agachafu has Munoz clear in the middle. Agachafu is, I guess, being selfish. Finds Munoz and Munoz is taken down, and that's it. Good enough penalty for me. Jonathan Munoz to get their hat trick. And Buffon saves it. Buffoon with a fantastic save. Jonathan Munoz could have had their hat trick. I want to give quite literally all my money to there was if I could gamble, right, which I guess technically now I can, I'd put a lot of money on Deki Roan, player of tournament, because my word, this friendly, they're saucing up the whole pitch. It's ridiculous. It's like there's marinara sauce all over the pitch, and Deki Roan has somehow found a magical spell that puts sauce all over the pitch. Munoz took Santori with a shot, but it's way over. And Santori was off. It was actually Munoz was off. It's really tough, especially given the rules of this soccer classic, given the fact that football classic. I have to ask some questions, but Santori, the Diaz, I can whatever. Deki Roan to Santori. Santori, are they gonna have a shot? Yes, they do. And there it is. Gordiano Santori makes it 3-0 for Central America and Caribbean, running away the underdogs. When you get the chance, gotta take it. And if we look at TPE, right, this is not that wild. Or just like kind of playability, player by player. This is not like insane in terms of how the match is like playing out, given the fact that Central America have scored 2 goals while West Africa was a man down. Agachatu trying to make it 4, but Buffon is able to kind of kick it away. That was wild. It's the interesting clearance technique by Buffon, but hey, when it works, it works. The Huron, Buffon's able to collect. Grimace to Mwemo, back to Grimace, to Bassett to Dia, to Urkel, finds Terrell, out to the right to Paya. Paya has some space on the right, trying to find anyone in the middle. But Aguilera cuts that cross out. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Mm-hmm. 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 I had the peep and lemon thing earlier. I'd like to give some callbacks to earlier comments that I've made. Dehiron unable to cut out that pass. Adu trying to find Dia. Does. Dia with the shot, but it's blocked by Dehiron. And Bum with another shot, but this time it's saved by Benicio Aguilera the third. It's out for corner. What a name. What a name. Benicio Aguilera the third. It's headed by Cesar Banana, but just over. Finds its way on the top, netting. Not inside of the net. Buffoon. Herrera to Gang to Diaz. Diaz to Dehiron. Back to Herrera to Dehiron. Finds Santori with a lot of space. Santori gets it first. Munoz. And Munoz is taken down again. Okay. So for the third penalty of the match. Well, this time Maldonado's going to take it. And Maldonado scores this time. Orlando Mustache Maldonado. Jeez, what is going on? Urkel. 3 penalties is wild. Oh, already a duel. Able to take one back to West Africa. Make it a little bit less sad, the scoreline. Urkel to Bueno to Paya, and Paya with a first time cross. Finds Freddie to do it all alone. Dehiron unable to get to the header. The first time this match that they kind of turn off. So I'd be a madman to put any blame on Dehiron this game. Maldonado gets the ball taken off from Urkel, but it's also Banana with a hard touch. Grimace tries to get off of the cross, but Dehiron again with the ball to Santori. Santori will take it all themselves. So Akachatu the Buffoon is able to parry it away. I guess like slap it away. You know, I think that the SSL is unique, just as a whole, in terms of goalkeeping technique. Because half of the saves that the goalkeepers make, I'm like, can you explain to me why you're doing it that way? But what works is what works, right? Don't fix what's not broke. You can always make it nicer, I guess. Nosworthy. Trying to clear it, but only to Terrell. Careful. To Mbuemo, it's blocked. And Santori clears. But only out to Paya. Paya just gets the header wrong and is out for a tack throw-in. Santori. Who's out to Grimace? Freddie trying to find their second. And actually there gets a fingertip to it. And it's out for West Africa corner. Paya. To Bassett. Back to Grimace. To the Freddie. And it's blocked. Oh. I think by their own player. I'm not too sure what actually happened there. Who knows? Buffoon. Already had to face 3 penalties this game. Able to save 1, but here's Freddie to do for West Africa. Freddie trying to make it 2. Grimace. Dia. Plays a great touch around Agachatu. Urkel. On the right. Urkel. Adu. And it's saved again by Aguilera. I don't think Dia was able to head it past him. Grimace. On the corner for West Africa. Ends out to the banana. Has it over. Terrell on the right. Fine circle. To Dia. To Emblemo. To Grimace. Grimace on the left. Dia with the shot. And Haley makes another fantastic save. How many corners does West Africa had? I think I missed that. Guedo. To Grimace. Grimace. Trying to take a shot. Paya. To Terrell. Terrell. Are they going to have a shot? Yes, they do, but it's blocked by Noseworthy. All right, this has to be like corner number 10. Jeez. Munoz. Santori. Kicks it away. Paya. I mean, again, we have to take these results with a grain of salt. So, a 4-1 scoreline, and West Africa got like a red card in the 32nd minute. It's not really going to mean a lot, right? But at the end of the day, like, you expect a better showing. You expect a little bit. Though, honestly, you have to remember, right? That red card was like wild, right? Like it was outside the box. They weren't the last man whatsoever. It wasn't a second yellow. We didn't get to see the first yellow. At least if we did, I completely missed it, which happens. We're all human. We all make mistakes. I know commentators are technically not allowed to, but that's neither here nor there. I think it would have been a lot closer of a match. Maybe West Africa would have been on top. But Aguilera was also on their big team. Maldonado clears it off the line. And there it is, full time. Central America and Caribbean 4, West Africa 1. So, Central America and Caribbean are going to go into a pretty tough group. Let's just look again at who they have. South America, Canada, and Asia. I mean, they look dangerous, but like again, South America we saw not a bad side whatsoever. Asia is a top side, for sure. In my opinion, one of the contenders to win the cup. I think more likely than not going to finish top of their group. Central America are going to have a real uphill battle to face against South America and Canada, but so it's possible. What did we say? Costa Rica could be one of those, but West Africa have a way harder group. Let's be honest, and this game did not bode well for them. Benelux, East Africa, and British Isles. I mean, you got the African Derby right there. But here it is. In my opinion, the game of the match day: USA versus Benelux. Martel. Oh, what kick flash. Oh, Cade Power. I mean, you got some real stars here. Like, Benelux could easily go back to back. There's no doubt. The USA is a strong team. I mean, they didn't make it out of the group last time, but different circumstances, right? Phantom ends to Lizard. Ron Flex is able to cut it out. Chicken. It's fiery chicken, guys, not furious. Miedema. Trying to find Benelux, their opener. And it's headed over by someone. I could not tell who. This kick clash is going to mess with me the whole game. And Hefeweizen taken down, but Van Eindhoven out to Mulder. Mulder trying to find the group, isn't able to. Hendry to Kovacs. Kovacs is a shot, but Williams is able to tip it over. I'm sorry. I saw that they think that Hefeweizen is faking an injury to waste time. That was funny. The commentators, and of course now you guys are giving like a little what we should maybe say. I typically don't pay attention because I'm a wild dog, right? Oh my word, that's a terrible way to reference myself. Uh, and that was like one of the lines that we were potentially supposed to say, but whatever. And I don't know, it's Mulder. The group with the shot, Williams makes a fantastic save, but the group was offsides. Williams to make foot cakes. Make foot cakes, taking their time. The USA haven't had a shot yet on Benelux's goal. That's a lie. DeSoto. Williams to DeSoto. The high press from Benelux. But Phantom Benz was a header to Lizard. Lizard now has some space. USA making it into the third. Martel with the shot, but it's just wide. The high press works, and it works. But when the USA is able to break down Benelux like that, it's dangerous. It's real dangerous. And Eindhoven able to cut out a pass from DeSoto. Hendry. Joseph Mathis Hendry. The Ron Flex. I love seeing Ron Flex on the pitch. DeSoto able to pick it up for USA. Chambers. Lizard. Gonna use their speed. Pass Van Eindhoven. Van Eindhoven keeping up. Actually has a step on Lizard, but Lizard's gonna play in the cross. Trying to find Martel Dodds, but it's just over. Lizard now. A forward pass. Hendry able to cut it out. Hefeweizen. It's a good route with a shot, but it's blocked and out for a corner. Miedema. Trying to find someone in the middle. And is out for another Benelux corner. I mean, Benelux is a great name. I know that it's supposed to be, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Do we have any Luxembourgians? Kovacs. Trying to find someone in the middle. Nick Root loses out a header. Phantom Benz collects for the USA. Yeah, do you have any Luxembourgians for the Benelux people? If not, couldn't you call it like just call it the Netherlands. Phantom Benz with a shot, and Fiery Chicken is able to collect straight at him. Apparently, the next Fiery Chicken might have a kid named Calm Chicken. So it went from Furious to Fiery to Calm. What's next up? Mellow? Martel gets the ball from Miedema after a little poor pass from whoever it was. The Groot with a terrible pass. Collects. What a missed chance. Oh my word. I mean, there's a terrible player by, I can't remember it. Maybe it was DeSoto or Lizard. The Groot had time and a half. I just can't get the shot right, but here's Greer for the USA. The USA able to collect. Chambers with the header. And Fiery is able to match that. Phantom Benz. Fiery Chicken once again. It's out for USA corner. Greer. And I think that was DeSoto who hands it over. Full cakes to Power. Trying to find someone. Power to Phantom Benz. Phantom Benz with the shot. And Henry Phantom Benz opens up the score for the USA. Pass Fiery Chicken. It was a powerful shot. Phantom Benz able to open up the score sheet. I'm just reading myself here. What should I say for the third time? I'm going to save you guys the displeasure here. My voice say that for the third time. Phantom Benz. Fours. Miedema. Can't get the ball to Hefeweizen. Martel. Plays it past Miedema to Power. Cade Power. Trying to play it past Kovacs. Trying to find someone in the middle. Martel with the shot. And it's just, it kind of curves away. Petrello. Hefeweizen getting pressed. Johnson able to put that press to work. Greer to Power. Trying to find Phantom Benz. Ron Flex is able to head it away, but only out to Phantom Benz on the right. Phantom Benz trying to find Martel. Martel kind of falls over their feet. DeSoto. Nick Tandy. Kendi back to Chambers. USA trying to recycle the ball. Johnson. Big Mac, right? I'm not too sure which Johnson it is. Johnson with the shot. And Chicken's there to match the USA. Johnson. Martell. To Greer. To Power. To Martell with the shot. And Pete Martell. That was onside. Yes, it was. USA make it 2 right before half. That's tough for Benelux. Benelux not looking as strong as I think everyone thought they would be. Howard, just a fantastic pass to Martell, and Martell, a striker, puts it back into the back of the net. Van Aanhoven on the free kick, trying to, it's blocked. Kovacs with another shot, but it's over. And that's halftime. USA 2, Benelux now. I mean, it's been all USA. Seems like the Benelux press has not worked. So I was hearing some rumors, maybe like a month ago or something like that, that the plan for Benelux was a 4-4. I can't say the curse word. 2. And it doesn't seem like they've held to that. Some might say it's the curse of not using a 4-4-2. Though really, the only team that should be using a 4-4-2 is the British Isles. But whatever formation that they're going to use, when it happens, it happens. When it happens, it happens. That sounds ominous. Nothing's going to happen to them, right? Nothing's going to happen to the players, as far as I know. Sounds even more ominous. I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. I'm a like kind of a superstitious guy, so like whenever I'm like playing on the downfall of a team, right? Like I try to keep the spirits up, or like say like, yeah, they're gonna win it. British Isles is probably gonna win it. They're gonna win the league. Sorry, the league. This is not a league. The football classic. Yeah, yeah, definitely gonna win the football classic. I'm saying it right here on air. The British Isles are my favorite to win the football classic. Mm-hmm. 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 And I'm always right with every single one of my predictions. Slothenberg, Pizzutrella. Like that time that I said Anton I was going to be a top 16, and they ended up like, you know, second to last. The Groot, the Schwartz, an interesting substitution. To wait, putting their body on the line, making a fantastic tackle to Trello to Lorenzo. Lorenzo trying to find Kovacs, finds Miedema instead. Miedema trying to find the Groot. Hefeweizen makes it 1 for Benelux, putting them on the score sheet. A stuck shot, but you don't need anything crazy. You just need the goal. Miedema. Williams just unable to catch that ball. And the ball goes to the wrong place. Hefeweizen just has to tap it into an empty net. And I mean, that was quite the scuff shot. Power. With foot kicks. Big real game going on now. Chambers. To DeWitt. To Beazle. Beazlebot coming on for the USA. Johnson. To Martell. Martell. Gonna have a shot, but it's way over. And I think Detroit is actually the one to block that. It's at for a USA corner. Stain. Trying to find a new kick. Kovacs. Heads it away. McTendy now. USA trying to start off a counter. But Lorenzo's able to cut it out. Benelux 1-3 equalizer. To Bob. Bob. Trying to find anyone. Can't. Chambers able to clear it away. Beazlebot once again, but only after Ronflex. Ronflex to Hefeweizen with the shot. It's blocked. Ronflex to the group. To Schwartz. Schwartz with a shot. And I think someone was offside. The group, it seems. Slothenberg. Ronflex. Van Aanhoven. To Bredesen. Schwartz. On the left. Schwartz. Cutting inside. To Ronflex. Ronflex. To Kovacs. Kovacs. Finds Hefeweizen, and Benelux equalize the match. Disaster class for the second half. from the USA after going up 2-0 right before half, I believe. You know, that's why they say it's a game of two halves, right? Kovacs in the middle of like 15 different people. There are 22 people on the pitch, so it's very, very easy that 30-15. I'm not counting though. I can't count past 10. I don't know if you guys know it, if you guys knew that. These are thought. So like if we ever have like a, you know, somehow a 12-1 match, I don't know. Wait, no, but the fact that I just said 12 goes against my previous claim that I don't know what's past 10. So you see, it seems like I do, and I lied. But I'm not a liar, I swear. Slothenberg to Ron Flex. Phantom Benz to Power on the left. And Phantom Benz finds the lead for the USA once again. Power's been on the game today. I think 2 or 3 assists. This is the first Phantom Benz goal. I think Power has 3 assists of the game. And Phantom Benz just has to tap it in past Slothenberg. Is able to do fantastically. We'll check the score sheet after. Williams. Sustain. Make foot cakes now. Trying to find anyone on the USA. Finds Williams. USA having gone from 2-0 up to 2-2. Finds themselves in the lead again with 3. Johnson. To Power. They're going to have a shot. It's out the post. And it seems like Power's offsides anyway. Power trying to cap off their match with the goal themselves. A Power. Perfect 10 out of 10. Ridiculous. Make foot kicks. Staying off of the pitch because they're injured. Miedema. Johnson able to put in a tackle, but it's only out to Kovacs. Kovacs going to come inside. Kovacs is going to have a shot. Eindhoven has it, but Williams is able to run over to the other side and dive to catch the ball. Then Eindhoven on a free kick. He's going to put it across. Yes, I think so. Goes for goal, and Williams is able to put it up and over. Bob. Put it away, Schwartz. Going to go down the touchline. Williams able to cut out before Bob. Bernson was able to get the header first. Berenson. I keep on saying like Bredesen or something like that. Berenson. There's probably a pretty Dutch way to say that name. Tendy with a shot, and Slothenberg is able to put it onto the crossbar and fire it away. Stain to make foot kicks. To Power. To Stain once again. Stain even with an injury. Still playing. Johnson loses out to the group. The group trying to start off a counter for Benelux. The group goes up. Plays it past McFoot cakes. The group. Trying to find Berenson, but is only able to. I mean, in Dutch you say the group like the fruit, right? Johnson with a shot. Slothenberg is able to catch it. So he's no, but that's with the G. There's no G in Berenson. I don't know then. Van Eindhoven's a very simple Dutch name to say. Berenson able to cut it out the ball. Finds the group. Schwartz. Back to Ron Flex. To the Trello. To Van Eindhoven. All the way back to Slothenberg. To Lorenzo. To Kovacs. Finds Miedema. But Stain is there to cut it out. Make foot cakes now. To Stain. Johnson. Van Eindhoven's able to take off the ball. Berenson with the shot. What a goal! Oh my god. No, look at this. Get the guy off the pitch. No. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. What a goal. The guy that butchered their whole name, their whole match. Berenson. Oh my word. Benelux able to equal. Oh my word. What a goal. Nah, that's ridiculous. Get the guy off the pitch. Close the football pitch. It's not the end of the game, guys. McKenzie, the Phantom Bets. Martel, that's an instant response for Lorenzo's able to cut out a foot. Slothenberg just walking him into no man's land. Stain, USA not done yet. They've lost every single advantage they've had yet, but they're trying to get one more. The one that sticks. And set away for another USA quarter. What a super sub. My word. Stain. Midfield kicks and he's headed over. And he's out for a Benelux goal kick. And when you need magic, right? Midfield kicks. Lorenzo is able to get with a header Kovacs on the right. Can Benelux somehow find their first lead of the match? Miedema. Johnson's able to get it off of Miedema. Chambers to midfield kicks. The group is able to put out a foot. But then Eindhoven loses out to the header. Petrello wins the second cross. Then Eindhoven trying to find someone. Find Schwartz on the left. Schwartz trying to find midfield kicks. Or I'm thinking Hafenweissen. And Hafenweissen heads it straight down into Williams. One day I'll get the teams right or something. Hafenweissen. Way out to Slothenberg. Slothenberg to Ron Flex. To Schwarty. Schwart. To Van Eindhoven. Van Eindhoven. They score bangers too. Who knows? Van Eindhoven with the shotgun block. Schwart. Benelux really just toying with the USA now. Van Eindhoven. To Kovacs. Kovacs going to play it inside the box. Trying to find someone in the middle. Can't head away the midfield kicks, but Hafenweissen. To Barrettson. And is out for Benelux corner. Miedema trying to find someone in the middle. I want to watch that Barrettson go back. Can that make it into the top 5 of the week? Clearly number 1 for me. Barrettson. On the corner. And Williams is able to catch the ball. Lorenzo. Kovacs. Finds Lorenzo. To Hafenweissen. Finds Schwart. That's a corner flag, but McFook's clears. Power, Cade. Trying to start one last USA counterattack. Finds Martel. Martel needs to find someone in the middle. Needs to find a USA man in the middle. Finds Johnson, but Slothenberg collects. Slothenberg. Here we go, last 5 minutes of the match. Is this going to end all square 3-3? What a match we've had. One last chance for the USA. Dane on the corner. Needs to find an American. Petrello heads it away. But it falls to Phantom Benz. Phantom Benz already on 2 goals. A brace. Diesel. To DeWitt. DeWitt to Fanto. DeWitt. Chambers to Johnson. Back to McFook kicks. And a terrible pass, and Kovacs is able to cut that out. Benelux maybe trying to find their Chambers is able to get off another bad pass by Benelux. But here's Williams. Getting pressed by the group. Able to play it out wide to DeWitt. McTendy. Cut out by Kovacs. Miedema back to Kovacs. Miedema finds Van Eindhoven with the goal, but that's offside. But they're going to count it. And Benelux finds the winner. That's offsides. What are you talking about? Is that not off? What a goal by Benelux, winning the match at the death. Van Eindhoven putting the team on his back. Two real Dutch boys just putting this, a fantastic performance by Benelux. Coming from 2-0 down to win the game 4-3, winning their first lead of the match, and there it is, full time. Benelux 4, USA 3. Hafenweissen getting the comeback started. He performs the comeback. He performs the comeback miracle from 2-0 down to equalize, and then Phantom Benz is able to get a third for the USA, and then Barrettson with probably one of the goals. Definitely the goals of the friendlies, without a doubt. I don't think we're going to see a better goal during the friendlies. Able to equalize for a third time, and Van Eindhoven at the death is able to put the ball into the USA net. And a pretty bad start for the USA. A fantastic start for Benelux. You see a team with that kind of grit, you got to start thinking, maybe it's time to put my chips on that team. It doesn't work if it's not like roulette, right? Like on that number, on that color, it's on that team. Whatever. So that's the end of today's friendlies. As we saw, Benelux with probably the Benelux USA, as I said at the beginning of the day, it's going to be the match of this part one. West Africa versus Central American Caribbean, also putting out a great show. 4-1, of course, with the big asterisk of the red card from Adamu, which I can complain all I want. Oceania and South America, nothing to break the two teams. Though South America did look quite a bit better, and Asia dominating Norden, but only winning by 1 goal. And that's the end of our first kind of, I don't know what I mean. It's a friendly of the the World Simulation Football Classic friendlies match day one, part one. But I'd like to describe it more as like a adventure into the taste of the World Simulation Football Classic. Kind of like when you ask for a Cabernet and the waiter comes and gives you like a little taste and you're like, I don't know anything about wine, but this tastes not bad. Even though I don't particularly like wine, but I'm really trying to impress some people here, so I gotta be like the notes, right? But this time we actually know what the notes taste like, and we're real like football aficionados. So clearly we understand what's going on. And with that, I'd like to say thank you for joining me and goodbye.